Good afternoon to all of you. I'm Ramendra Singh, and I'm very glad to talk to you today on the platform of BK Birla Management Awards. I'm very thankful to the organizers for finding me worthy of awarding me the third prize in management research in India. It's really an honor for me, and so therefore on this occasion I have been asked to share some thoughts on my journey as a researcher and as an academic. So I have few thoughts that I would like to share with you. I would like to take you back to my days as in fact a corporate executives, where I was working through the regular grind of the executive life in the corporate world, and it used to be a very routine work, and I used to think that is it really worth running, chasing profits and sales and so on. So where is the intellectual stimulation that should be there in your job, which brings meaning to one's life and to one's job. So I was searching for that intellectual stimulation, and so what happened was that after my B.Tech I worked, and then I decided to do an MBA from XLRI Jamshedpur. And during one of those classes where I was preparing for consumer behavior class, which was supposed to happen tomorrow, say, and it was evening in today, and I was about to prepare for the class. So I sat down to prepare one day, and I was going through an article of JCR, which was on an ethnographic study on Harley Owners Group. And I remember that day very well, because it was around October of 2002, where I started reading that JCR article at around 8 o'clock in the night, and I thought I'll spend half an hour reading it up, and that's about the time I could afford to finish that article, because I had other things to do. But when I sat down to read that article, I got lost in that article. It was such a wonderful study, an ethnographic study on the Harley Owners Group. And when I finished that article, which I never intended to in the first place, I got up and I saw that the clock had struck midnight, and I missed my dinner. But more importantly, I realized that day that I had not missed anything. I in fact found something. And what I found that day was my real passion, my real interest in research. So that was 2002. And from that day onwards, my hunt for doing a PhD program in a good place started. So I started exploring more schools. So initially I thought I'll go to US to do my PhD, but then certain circumstances led me to choose India over other places. So one thing led to the other, and finally I landed up at IIM Ahmedabad in 2005 to do my PhD. And I finished in 2010. And after that, I joined IIM Calcutta in 2010, and from then on, it's been 10 years journey as an academic, and wonderful 10 years. But I would like to spend more time with you talking about those 5 years that I spent in the PhD program. Those were the wonderful days, because I was fully focused on research, and even though I had a family and a kid and a very little income to support, but financially it was draining, but intellectually very stimulating. So I was kind of satisfied from that point of view, because if I compared with the corporate world, which I had left for good, my salary was around 1/6 of what I used to earn in the corporate days, but satisfaction was probably much more. And the satisfaction came from the fact that you could choose your own area of interest, you can decide your own research questions, and if you have a wonderful thesis advisory committee, then nothing like it. And in general, I would say that research gives you that freedom to explore areas which you can probably never explore. You are like an adventurer, who can go to North Pole or South Pole or anywhere, decide your own place, decide your journey, decide your path, decide the time. You can decide what to explore, when to explore, and how much to explore. So there's so much to explore in the world, and we as researchers can actually go and ask very interesting research questions which have never been asked, especially sitting from India or this part of the world, where we don't have very intense knowledge or rich knowledge which has been kind of published in the journals. A lot of the knowledge that is published in the so-called top journals are very biased towards North American context or European context or other such contexts. We have a great opportunity sitting in India to actually contribute to the knowledge especially management knowledge, which emanates from the context that we have in India. So, for example, the initiatives that we have, which are in social sector or the government sector, or the industry, or any other context, is quite different from other places, right? Other countries. So that is the advantage of joining academics. And now, I'm a faculty. I don't get so much time as I used to get when I was a PhD student, and that's what I really miss. That now my time gets divided in other activities like teaching and consulting and academic administration and training and other things. So I would kind of tell the researchers and the PhD students that don't miss those 5 years. They can be the most thrilling part of your life if you enjoy doing what you're doing. So all the best again to all of you for your wonderful and productive and fruitful research journeys. And I would like to again thank the organizers for giving me the opportunity to share my thoughts, as well as finding me worthy of this award. So thanks a lot.